We are live. Well, when you watch this, it won't be live, but I am back. And thank you guys for joining me. There was about 29 or 30 people that actually watched the first episode yesterday. So I just want to take this time to say thank you and happy Easter to all of you. I had some time to do some critical thinking about the first episode, and I spoke with a few people. They liked what they heard, but there was a little bit in there. So I just kind of want to address that for about 30 seconds before I kind of get into what I wanted to talk about today. You know, I'm a very passionate guy. And I'm not going to lie to you about that. That's kind of why I'm doing this. I'm a very passionate guy. You know, I know some people, and I've known a lot of people, friends of friends, family, people that I've worked with in the past that have been affected by this disease and by our inadequate healthcare system. And it really upsets me. So, you know, when I was ranting, I felt like maybe some of you guys thought I was ranting yesterday and being a little bit passionate, but I am a passionate guy. That being said, I do not want to lose my message by a few words that I said. So I guarantee going forward that I will be very thoughtful, and everybody that is listening in to my topics, because these topics are not just, you know, it's not a chance for me to rant. It's not an opportunity. I'm not doing this so that people can hear me be mad. I'm doing this because I feel like there's so many topics out there that people think about, and some people, you know, need to voice, but aren't always able to do that. And I haven't always been able to do that. So I want to be there and kind of help other people be able to do that. So for anyone who was offended, I apologize. But going forward, I guarantee you that I will definitely be more thoughtful about the language I use and how I get my message across. I guarantee it. So beyond that, like I said, happy Easter. Today is an Easter like a lot of people have never had before. A lot of people are very used to being able to go to their family's house, being able to go to church in the morning, afterwards being able to have a good dinner, dressing up in their nice suits. And that's what I grew up doing. My family, you know, Easter was my mother's favorite holiday. We would go to church on Sunday, we listen to the pastor, maybe like, you know, at the church I went to in Baltimore, it was about 3 hours long, the service. Some people get 45 minutes. That church was 3 hours. You know, this year it's different for a lot of people, or for everybody, frankly. My wife and my son and I, we actually watched church on TV this year because we were like, well, you know, we can't go, but we still want to get in the word. It's Easter, and the word is important. And it's very important in these times right now while we're kind of struggling through all of this with everything going on with people that are sick. Right now, there are people today that are in the hospital, and there's people today that can't, you know, even rise out of their bed to celebrate Easter with their families. But we're still praying for you guys. I'm hoping you guys are staying strong, and I know that you guys are going to get through this. And God bless those who are on the front lines today. They can't even be with their families. They're out there right now fighting this virus. So my prayers and the prayers of everybody in my family are definitely with those people. You know, going forward, I really think that we have to continue to think about that. These guys are making the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what Easter is all about. Easter was all about the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus made for everybody. And I know everybody watching this probably isn't a Christian, but just so you understand what the Easter holiday is, Easter holiday celebrates the resurrection of Christ after his passing, his ultimate sacrifice for humanity to save its soul. And I feel like we're at a crossroads again now in our human existence, where we're asking a lot of people to make a possible ultimate sacrifice for us. So we have to be willing to make that ultimate sacrifice for them. We have to be willing to change some things about our society and about our culture and about how we operate to make sure that this never happens again. And to make sure that next time, if it does happen, because we can't guarantee something like this will never happen again, but if something like this does happen again, that we're prepared and that we're taking care of those people. And also that we're taking care of each other. It's like I was saying in the message yesterday, frankly, you have to make sure that we're out there taking care of one another. That's the most important thing. And we have to stop with all the games. We have to stop with all the shenanigans. We can't do this. It's not about our race. It's not about our economic status. This virus doesn't care about our economic status. It doesn't care about the color of your skin. It really doesn't. And so, you know, we have to help each other. We have to help our frontline people. We have to make sure that they're good and that they're taken care of. They're sitting out here getting sick for us. They're out here fighting for us. So we have to make sure that we fight for them. And we also have to make sure that our government does its job, and so does our politicians. You can't make empty promises and not come back with results. You can't make promises and not come back with results. That is the definition of an empty promise. These guys, they need that PPE. That should have been easy. That should have been the easiest thing, was to get masks made and have ventilators ready for people when they go down, with as much money as we spend in our country on our healthcare. So, that has to be addressed. These are things that we have to address as a people. We have to be out there, not just voting. We have to all get out there and be active. We have to really be lobbying for these things to our Congress people, because it's not good enough. It's not a bipartisan thing. It's not a Republican issue. Coronavirus is not a Republican problem. It's not a Democrat problem. It's an everybody problem. It doesn't matter what your political party is. Like I said, all of this stuff doesn't matter. It's all gamesmanship. It's all malarkey, which is a nicer word than I used yesterday. I hope. But it's all fugazi. It's not real. It's all keeping us separate, while a very few amount of people are making a whole lot of money. And now it's come back to bite them and us in the butt, because we were all separated by ridiculous ideas while they were making a whole lot of money. And now their economies crashed and our lives are on the line. And they want to send us back to work like this. And that's just that's not going to be good enough. We have to, when we go back, when we start over, we have to build a better place than we have currently. So hopefully that message got across yesterday. But beyond that, Easter Sunday is very important to me. It's very important to my family. Like I said, it's the day that Jesus made the ultimate sacrifice for mankind, because he loved us so much. Well, it's really the day he rose again from making that ultimate sacrifices. And like Jesus, the American people need to rise again. And we need to be willing to have made the ultimate sacrifice to actually change our society for the better, to help out the people that are the most affected by this, the impoverished, the people on the front lines, the doctors who are fighting for our lives every day, and those who are out there doing the best that they can. We have to be willing to maybe, lose a little bit of money. Money isn't everything. Money can't buy our way. It can't buy you everything. It can't buy you happiness. I would think that there's a lot of people that would rather be spending today with their loved ones, being able to go home and have dinners and talk about church and just talk about anything other than, what are they going to do? How are they going to pay for their loved one's funeral, or will they even be able to? Will they make it through the day? That's, to me, it's sad. And I lost my mother on Easter 10 years ago. This is the 10th Easter since my mother passed, and she died, like I said yesterday. She passed from pulmonary hypertension. So Easter is like I said, it was her favorite holiday. So Easter is a very, very important day for me, and it means a lot. It's kind of the reason why I started this when I did. And, I hope that, a lot of people today are able to find some solace in God, and that God is with a lot of you guys. It's been a rough time, and I know we're all going to get through this together, but we have to come together. There may never be another Easter like this, and God willing, there will never be another Easter like this. But, until we get through this, we have to work our way, like I said, together. It's very important that happens. I pray everybody take some stock in this, uses today, this Easter, this different Easter, to take some stock in their lives and some of the things that we're doing as a people, as a group of people. And when we are through all of this, and next Easter, when we are able to go to church and we got our hats on and we're going to have that ham and everybody's out partying, we say to ourselves, you know what? It was rough last year. It was rough in 2020, but we got through it together, and we came together as one unit to get through these rough times. Because that's when we shine as people. That's when we always shine, is when people come together. We are worth it. You are worth it. You who are watching, no matter where you're at, whether your race, no matter your economic, position in life, you're worth it. Jesus thought so. He believed so. He died for you. He died for all of us. And that's what I believe. Not, you don't have to believe that. And that's okay. Like I said, not everybody's a Christian, but that's what I believe. And if, your God believes you're worth it, I definitely believe we're all worth it. And I think that the day that we come back together as one people with one idea, and that's to respect one another and love one another deeply with as much love and concern that we can have, our world will not be heaven. We're never going to make a heaven on earth. Okay. That's not going to happen, but we can live in this life better. I can have a better world for my son. I get to do this. I wanted to do this. I came out with my voice because I have a son, and I have to make sure that the world of tomorrow is better than the world of today. And I have to do my part. Even if I get, criticized for the things I say or the things I do, I still have to make sure that before I leave this earth, I've done my part to make this place a better place. And I would have, if I had left this earth or had not stepped up to do this, I would have been very dissatisfied with my life. And so that's why I'm doing this show. And I hope that all of the people out there struggling right now, you guys get through this. It's rough. And it's not just rough on the people that have the disease. It's rough economically for a lot of people. Keep your faith, if not God, keep just your faith in people. We will get through this, and we will be better for it when it's all said and done. We'll be stronger. Like I told you guys yesterday, both my parents passed. It's been a rough time. It was a rough 10 years for me. From the Easter 10 years ago to now. Every year I think about my mother on Easter, and every year I think about my life before. A lot of people going through this virus think about, there was a time before this when it was just, everything was great and everything was fine. That was me 10 years ago when my mom passed. My life was great. I had ideas. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to do all of these great things. And I had planned to do all of these great things. Life got in the way. I mean, my mother passed, and then shortly thereafter, a few years later, my father passed. And, there was a time when I was, almost virtually homeless. I had to rely on one of my best friend, Tommy, who let me, stay on his couch, to get through. I had no money in the bank. My wife, and her family, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, my wife, Lisa, her sisters, they helped me out. They lifted me up. And that's what happens. A community can come together to help a person. And now I live here with my family, able to take care of my family, have a good job. I can do that, but I wasn't always able to do that. So times do get rough for people. That happens. That's life. Life is beautiful, but it's also rough. But we can get through this life. If we work together. Life is not, you're born in this life alone, but you live this life with a lot of people. And I hope that we all realize now the importance of each other and the interconnectedness. People have been saying that for a long time. We're very interconnected, and now you're seeing that. This virus started in one country and it's moved out here. So we all are interacting and coming into each other's lives every day. And, nature, it doesn't care. These things like this, they don't care, about the politics of this issue and who's going to look good when it's all said and done. That doesn't matter anymore. That's all the past now. Now it's the present, and we're going to get through this strong. My family helped me get through this. My wife helped me get through my issues 10 years ago, and 10 years later, I'm better for it. I'm a stronger man. And I'm here talking to you guys today using my voice. Like I said, I was silent for about 10 years because I was just busy dealing with life and all the economic, turns in my life and, personal turns. And I was able to get through that. And I believe we can all do that as a people. It's going to be tough, but, I'm here for you guys. We're all here for each other, and we will strive and we will succeed. And when this is all said and done, we are going to have a better world that we will not go back to yesterday. Our new reality, I hope, will be a reality in that we care about everybody. Everybody's able to succeed. And the next step is, really shooting for the stars, not just, some of the petty stuff that we do now as a society, not individually, all of us, but as a society, we have to move past some things. So wanted to take that, as a special message. It's Easter Sunday. Please enjoy, the day. watch your movies, eat your food. Don't think about all of the, the really bad stuff as much as you can, because I understand it's difficult not to with everything. And the people with the family members that are sick, God bless you guys. God's with you. I'm with you. Let me know if I can do anything, at least sending my love to everybody out there. Happy Easter to everybody. And I hope to see you guys in a few months on the beach, and we'll be partying somewhere. We know it's going to happen. We're going to be partying, and it's going to be great. So love you guys. Happy Easter. And I will see you next week for episode 2. And we're going to be exploring some new topics. I look forward to it.